You know, that would be the first thing. It's like, what is a Moor? What is, you know, like they'll say all this stuff about a Moor. I mean, it is the manifestation of the being into the flesh, the being who travels beginning in the waters of their mother's womb. See, when you look up the word Moor, it just doesn't mean a noun. It's actually an action. So it means that since man is mind and we're all spirit, and then we come into the flesh, so we travel upon the 7 stages of development in the waters of the mother's womb. That's mooring. Right, and then when we're done, we get cut from the navel, which is navigating L. And then we become navigating L's upon the earth plane. So you start there. So if that was understood and accepted, there would really be no problem, because people say, well, I don't have to be anything to be whatever. Well, I just explained to you what that is. It means that if you came to the womb, then you were mooring, and you were mooring through the 7 stages of the waters and the 7 stages of development in your mother's womb. And then you didn't have to be called anything, because that's just what it is. So those who actually call themselves Moors are actually saying, I'm not anything except that I am, that I am.
I am that I am.
That's really what's being said. Because we weren't called black then. The description, maybe, black or more or whatever, but that's it. Know the difference between a description and an actual, you know, person, place, or thing now. I mean, really.
You know, I mean, who the hell is Marcello? I don't even know that. I don't even know who he is. You know who he is? I don't know. Who is he? You know, what's Gucci, my who? I don't even know who that is. But, you know, and people say that the blacks built civilization. It wasn't the blacks. It was the Moors who built it. But happened in our history, we have been hit in our head and knocked unconscious in 1774. I'm from Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia they actually give you the history of where our nationality was taken in 1774, and then in 1779, because you were unconscious to who you are, we placed Negro, black, and colored on. So when people say blacks, you know, taught all these things, it wasn't blacks. We did not call ourselves blacks in the 14 and 1500s. It wasn't until late 1600s when we started calling ourselves black. So we influenced everybody. We educated everybody around the globe. And now we look for our oppressor to actually teach us everything. We better start coming together. I don't care if you're a Pan-Africanist. I don't care if you're a Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if you're a Zulu. I don't care if you're in the Moor Science Temple of America. It's time to come together. We better come together, because I'm going to tell you, they're coming at all of us, and they could care less about what sect you claim. You could be in a Moor Science Temple, you could be a Canaanite temple, whatever you want to call it. Yo, unity is the key. We better start coming together. Unity, that's number one. We all have our own clans. We all may be different, just like anybody that's claiming to be black. You can't judge all blacks, you know, for what some of them do. So my thing, we just need to start coming together. And that's been my mission for the longest. People may say, well, Sabir, you are against the Moor Science Temple. I'm not against anything. I'm about unity, and I'm about truth. And the 5 principles that every Moor stand on is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Those 5 principles we should always stand on. And you have to be checked if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But I would say to the Moors, unite. Unite. Come together. Ah, man, I'm just trying to raise the consciousness, man, and actually unite out there also. We just did a lecture with Dr. Leonard Jeffries, and you know, and I said I was a Pan-Africanist, Dr. Kaba. We had him out there also. We trying to bring the unity together. Like I said again, we may be different clans, but we are all family. I don't care if you're from ID, Haiti, Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, South Africa, wherever you at, we're family. So my thing is like, that's what I do, and we have a lot of that out in California. Even our Mexican brothers and sisters, the Moriscos, we trying to bring them together and say, look, we got to do this. You know, so we getting there. You know, they're like 3 or 4 years behind us, but we working on it. We working on it. Yeah, niggas want to run to Paris. Run there and know your history. Know that it was you that was there. It's like we were all basically all up and down in there. I mean, everywhere. It's they have our history as in castles all up and down in it. And I spoke with a brother who actually just was over there. He said they speak of the Moors that was there. They used to have parades And this is in Schomburg Institute, also on 125th Street, that they used to have parades wearing the Ku Klux Klan garments. The Ku Klux Klan garments is actually ours. It was a parade in Spain. So we were all up and down in there and civilizing those people that was there. You know, we was there. We was deep in it. Our history is very rich. Charles Martel. Anyone knows about history. You can talk to, maybe our people may not know who Charles Martel is, but Charles Martel was one of the people who beat the Moors. The first person. That's why he get the name Charles the Hammer. Charles, because he put the hammer down on the Moors. But anybody, it's called the Battle of Poitiers. And we look up the Battle of Poitiers, they'll tell you that is one of the biggest battles of world history. It is not a secret. It may be a secret to so-called black people here in America, but it's not a secret around the world. Everybody knows about that Battle of Poitiers, about Charles the Hammer. Just look him up, Charles the Hammer or Charles Martel, and you will see your history right there. It'll blow your mind. They know who you are. And also they made a movie called Kingdom of Heaven. Kingdom of Heaven actually was the playoff actually when they defeated the Moors. He was a Franciscan, and the Moors were, it was the European Christians and the Moors that was Muslims fighting one another. I'm talking about you. They know exactly who you are, and they know that you're a Moor.